Yo, it's bent. Fuck.
Three and sub.
This is gross. You go cross? Don't? No. Bro.
Sub grid is going out.
Nein! Oh, sorry.
We lost 6 RTs in 6 minutes, man. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I late stack. Sorry about that.
It's all your freaking fault, dude.
Half our team died more times than they were minutes in the game.
I just have to drop third IP before arms lab. I think that's a strat.
I'm finding that Medi gets kicked from his own server.
It's honestly respectable, because Nightmare, like, all the time, sits in fucking spec, taking up a fucking slot, and no one can pick him. It's hella annoying.
I don't think you can actually vote kick Midi, but on DMD the one thing I'll say for them is that they let you vote kick, like, the guy that owns it.
It's called prerogative deal.
I don't play on DMD after they banned me.
This is a different set.
I was on my laptop.
Let's move out.
Build structure at waypoint.
didn't even know one person. It's crazy. Like, I'll help you inside, but...
Build structure at waypoint. Objective completed.
Thought I could be of service as the bait. Easy peasy.
Build structure at waypoint.
It might pivot
Drop
south.
it, yeah.
Be careful.
Drop Atrium.
I don't know that Kalos is going a direction.
I'm not dropping Atrium. That is absolute crazy talk. I don't know why anyone...
It looks like they're capping Cole.
I'll hold Southern Cross.
Okay, they're gonna probably swing back to try and defend Cole.
Going back to Atrium.
We got no armor style. Yeah.
For every group, do not go cross.
They just dropped hard.
I've dropped third.
Yo, let's go. Let's go kill Crevice.
Stay in. 3 or 2.
There's a lot of clogs, but I'm pretty sure you can just jump over them. Like, you get on the top one. They're not, like, ambushing it. You should be able to jump over webs from that one. Okay.
Alright, hold W at Crevice. Don't run in nature anymore. Just hold W at Crevice if you wanna go kill things.
Dead. You don't have the power up now.
Crevice is desisted and half HP. I'm getting back in the chair now.
I'm eating potato chips if I'm like staying still randomly.
Need more help, man. Running north, what time I read south.
Just get out of base.
I don't
I'll
know where
go.
the
Get out of
skull
base.
went.
Get out of base. Get out of base. Get out of base. I go.
Why doesn't the skull keep running out there?
I know you too well now, Freddy. I take
Good
back
job,
every
Baguette.
bit of energy I gave you. You're nothing.
One in ventilation.
Yeah, let's shoot.
No, government.
Yo, lurk here,
Knock on
boys.
you.
In combat. Turn around.
Two legs there, please hold on. We're just going straight A to the ocean. What's the... What is it?
We're gonna want to. One going sub. Save sub, dude. Run, run, run. No. That's the res for my gate, I think. Cody res for a gate. I'm not redropping sub this run comp up is. Or recap after the push.
Your base is under attack.
Oh, dying.
Just stay in comp lab, save vents. You can leave cross, it's fine.
Build structure and waypoint.
Your base is under attack.
Objective completed.
I'll drop comp lab RT, you guys will phase back, get AA, and we'll go into fight together.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Benji's good.
Just phase back now, phase back now, phase back now, phase back now, phase back now. Big guns. I need a lot of dealers, just insta the hive. But
They drop crossroads.
it doesn't matter, just go for fight.
The hive or the
Alright, walk in, kill fight.
Yeah, I think the hive. I think I heard it.
Let's go, dipshits. Let's move it, let's move it, let's move it.
quickly build the RT so we can come with you. We have no res.
Objective completed.
Fine, I'm out of the game.
Man, someone gorge and so.
Main's fine.
Kill that
Good
shit.
dive.
Go in. Kill the
Back,
shit.
watch our back, they're coming around
Okay.
from behind, coming around from behind.
Roger, I got the back coming for now.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright,
got
get
it.
out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
Your base is under attack.
Alright, do a little bit of recapping, Tim.
We should go cross from complex.
It's just the RT.
Oh, look at that, no hive.
Yeah, whoever said,
sure I
when you
heard
say
it.
they drop cross,
Comp lab gate from sub.
we assume
Yep, I'm on it.
hive.
And that's what I meant. The hive. I was
I mean,
pretty
you can.
sure I heard
There's
it,
a
and
pretty
then I
clear
tried to
difference
go.
in the sound effect of you thinking they dropped an RT or they dropped a hive. I don't really understand what the confusion.
I mean, I was far away, and like I was trying to get through
good,
glass
all
across.
Yo,
There's a gorge there, like right by the
That's a
pillar.
gorge in
He's
the-
healing something.
guys, we're all off comp gate. You guys in base need a phase, so just chill and comp, probably recap. What are they doing? I don't understand. Just,
Trying to pass
we really
me.
should-
Like, I only have a G.
Maybe fade the topic.
yeah, phase just popped in. Alright, give me the sub gate here, and then we're gonna try for a, I don't know if it's
Yeah, he
worth
comes
to just...
earlier. Left service
Your
bad.
base is under attack.
Just stay on gates until these fades are dead. We're ahead on tech. We'll beat them pretty hard. Just have to tech.
Ace fade is harassing comp from cross with acknowledged gorge healing. He's got a gorge.
Let's sit on gates until we're
You guys
fighting.
literally just gonna stand on the gauge. Main.
One fade. He's low, he's leaving.
Skull coming
That's
top.
just sitting on the face. He's low. He's low.
One vent. Face up, go vent.
Same.
Coming to go up. Main gate. Comp.
Thumbs up, yeah. Good.
Phase back to main, phase back to main, phase back to main, phase back
It's
to main, phase
Babblers,
back
It's
to
just
main.
Babblers, right? It's Babblers.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I was fucking dead. Couldn't see.
Nah, bro.
Skull
Probably
can
too.
fight again.
Not you?
Probably going top.
We need those grenades, huh? Fade and sub.
Why do you need grenades?
Flirt and fight going top.
For
System into comp.
Saving gates. Getting up.
Or we can just not get grinded for 3 minutes.
yeah, shoot main.
Yeah, of course they suck.
Space out.
Phase, stop. Okay.
I'll hold everything, guys. Just phase out. I got it. Just go.
Do not stand in the gate.
Our listening skills are fucking very subpar.
Objective completed.
Have a nice one. Oh, you can turn around to them. And again.
Phase back main. Phase back main. Phase back main. I'm dead. I cannot beacon. Phase
Beacon.
back.
There's too many people dead.
Do not beacon. Everything's fine.
Killed steps.
We need people running reactor.
I think we better help you well this.
Subgate.
Phase control.
Just some random way.
It's just a...
They're ready to push main again. They're doing fast.
Fade going subgate. No, he went through north fire. They're still in one hive, so we're chilling. Getting a proto and jetpacks and we'll win the game. Slowly chilling. Drop your flamethrowers in base, guys. Don't lose those right now.
Take that, my friend.
Remember, axes do more damage than rifles. Glossy.
Lurk's 40 HP. Ooh, very close.
Okay.
Build structure and waypoint.
3 scope. Armor. Okay, good job.
Objective completed.
It's really bad actually. You guys need to come back here and play your life really hard and not die.
That one next state's gonna be.
Build structure and waypoint.
One in Ben. Nice, Vent's really low.
Objective
Alright,
completed.
just chill. Get back to the top in a minute and we'll win the game. It's not a big deal for sure.
So,
Oh,
See if it's knocking on the gate.
the space.
Open it up.
Take it on.
Yeah, we need Marines running reactor constantly to deal with that. To hurt the fades to go heal. Instead of them just running in. Ben needs a well, someone can do that.
Sure thing.
Just a parasite and subdue.
Build structure and waypoint.
Keep up the second op, just by the power nodes. Alright, they dropped crossfire. We're just gonna
Objective
jetpack in and kill everything soon and jetpack you up.
What is that?
Can you shoot hive from where you're...
I'll be right after grenades.
I got you, buddy. No.
people are dumb about it, yeah, you can just directly shoot it.
Yo, Charles, come back here and build this game.
How much you go out there?
Actually, build it where you're at. Right? That's perfect. Double gate this bitch.
Go get some
Let me push the hive. Do you want us to focus life forms or just the hive?
I want you to kill the Fade. On the first push, kill the Fade.
Roger.
On the second gate, boys. Alright, buy jetpacks, buy guns, go across. We're going. Okay, try and kill the Fade first.
Okay, I got my JP
Charles
ready.
is alone. Help Charles, dude.
Alright, so we're grouping first before we push?
Yeah, we're going across. Let's go.
Gotta wait for our team, don't we?
I can't have screen right now, sorry.
Alright, so hurry the hell up. How's the hold up?
There's our scan. There's 3 spokes in hive. So the Fade. It's a bunch of spokes in Fade. Get in there. Get in. Sit by the RT. Hold the Fade to the hive.
I need some ammo.
Well, that's you. Alright, reload with these.
I'm gonna beacon you guys.
Well up.
We need to kill the Sonos, guys. Badly. Kill the Sonos! Where's my team? Why are you Sonos just fed!
Can I get a well tree? Yeah, we're just pushing in down.
Jagger's Fade dead.
Wow.
Fade dead.
Nice, good job. Good, really good run.
Well.
Try and run into Sonos again. He's in, you kill that guy!
Paxonos! Checkionos! Okay, it's let me heal behind the hive actually. It's good.
Very dead.
Nice, kill the hive, kill the hive. Full focus.
Stay grouped, guys. Stay grouped. Don't get too close. There's no point.
Sniper.
Hive's dying. Oh no!
Almost overextended. Almost dead.
Clear that shit out.
Build structure
Discussion
Gonna be
coming?
a
Question mark?
ambush to me in a sec.
I'm in the tank, so
Right above you, Ben. Ooh. Nice job. Yeah, we can get a reactor core gate and send this shit. They have nothing. It's GG. Build the tower. Stop killing the RT.
I think they have quite a bit of res. They've been sitting on heaps.
yeah, we're all hits.
Sure you got beacon red, man.
I'm fine. We have all wins for everything.
Definitely hold your 10. Definitely hold your 10 right now. It seems weirdly quiet.
Objective completed.
I have time.
Objective
There's a
completed.
bunch in flight.
Oh my god.
Alright, go for the trim. Guys, leave the spokes on the map. Just throw a reactor. Oh, they have another element. Perfection. A menu, dude. Alright, don't hate him, bro. Kill this shit.
No.
Run down that Onos, then shoot the hive. Yeah, 2 Onos. Okay, sit back here. Dive. Shoot dive, no gorgeous. Shoot dive.
Blood coming behind. Blood coming from behind.
Ice have HP. Walk in together again. Hold on. There's one board. Walk in together. Middleman. Together means wait for your king.
Oh, learning. Sec.
Kill the hive. It's free. I still have HP. Kill it. Hive's 20 HP, 10%, 5%, 2%.
Go flip on us? Yep.
They have an unbuilt hive in play. Just under. Bye-bye. They're trying to get it up, dude. Get in there, dude. They're trying to get it up.
You don't have shit. Wait, hold behind you. Wait.
That hive's actually gonna go.
Start dropping RT.
Back to res.
Big comp lap.
Oh my god, build the gate, knives. Knives, build the gate, bro.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, time, they fucking surrender. Early push.
Earlier this month, IBM CEO said, quote, "There is no way that all this massive spending on AI and data centers will ever be able to pay off." And for the first time during this bubble cycle, more people are starting to wonder if maybe he's right. It couldn't have come at a more critical time, especially in light of the shocking results that were put up by Oracle this past week, or the fact that Broadcom, another big one, failed to live up to the hype. In fact, when you step back and look at it, AI and the AI bubble in many ways is the final pillar that's still holding up what's left of the forgot how to grow economy from both an investment perspective as well as any stock consumer spending among the wealthier Americans. And of course, we can't forget that all of this is developing against the background of weak macroeconomics driven by the now constant job shedding that no one wants to talk about. Other than, get this, the Federal Reserve's chair. How's that for a major shift? Even Jay Powell's gone from solid labor market to admitting in his last press conference the U.S. economy is losing tens of thousands of jobs per month. Tens of thousands of jobs per month. So that has already accounted for what the mainstream calls the K-shape in the economy, struggling workers who aren't just deeply pessimistic for no reason or because of tariffs and trade wars. They know that jobs aren't there, so their spending has already fallen off. Just ask McDonald's and Target. But if the world really does start to ask these uncomfortable yet necessary questions in the AI industry and its stock market hyping, and if the answers that come back aren't anywhere close to what everyone needs, such as with Oracle and Broadcom this past week, not only would that jeopardize the AI build-out, an equity reversal would also undermine the one remaining bright spot left in a system that's already been stung by flat beverage and by all other accounts is on the verge of going flatter still. So Steve, we've got Broadcom, we've got Oracle, and the comments from IBM CEO who basically said, how are we ever going to make any money off of this? The numbers have gotten so huge. So where do you want to begin with those three really key AI stories?
Yeah, I think the big story here is IBM, because that is a big question that investors are starting to ask is, you know, how much more money do you need? And then what is the eventual payoff? Because, you know, there was a while, a year or so ago, that everyone's like, oh, you're going to make all this money. But so far, these companies aren't making any money. And that's going to be a big issue because, and I think this is what we're starting to see in companies like Oracle, that's literally getting their stock hammered, is you're taking on all of this debt, which is fine. Maybe at some point you'll have a return on investment, but your cash flow is turning negative. And so what does that mean down the road? You're going to have to issue shares, potentially as it continues to go down, just to pay on your debt service. And I think that's starting to get some people on Wall Street a little bit nervous. Retail investors, Chef, not nervous at all. If there's a dip, they're still buying it, but there's some real concerns here that as free cash flow for some of these very profitable companies turns negative, how are they going to continue to get access to debt markets, particularly when we're seeing financial conditions tighten?
Yeah, and I think that's a key point in all of it. And we've been talking about this from before too, right? Is you get to the point where people start asking questions, because up until this point, everybody was just willing to say, we don't really know what this AI is going to look like. We don't really know what it can do, but it's going to do a lot. It's going to be transformative. It's going to be this massively disruptive technology that's going to recreate the world. And so everybody wants to be a part of it. You know, you buy shares first and ask questions later. That's all the hallmarks of the first couple stages of any stock market or equity bubble or financial bubble anywhere through time. But then you get to a point where people start to say, okay, numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. How is this all going to work? Where is it actually going to come from? Where will the payoff be? Not just way down the road, maybe 20 years from now. What's it going to be? What's it going to look like? Because at some point, as you're pointing out, Steve, the hard reality is the funds are not unlimited. They sound like they're unlimited because these are absolutely huge numbers, but you know, these companies are funding their data center build-outs, in particular, all these capital expenditures, largely through debt. That means that all of these credit providers are going to start asking some hard questions, because after already being stung in other parts of the credit markets, they're not going to want to be on the hook for not doing due diligence these days in all of this tech and AI bubble. So the questions start to be in there, and I think maybe you disagree with it, maybe you agree with me. That's the real key part of the Nasdaq. Last week goes back to October. The Nasdaq has stopped the way it has before, and it's what we're starting to see is that first initial, hey, what's really happening here in AI? And all of these questions that we're talking about with the stock market also apply in a little bit of a different way to the credit markets and the monetary system. That's why we're having a webinar this coming Wednesday, December 17th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link in the description to sign up. We're going to go through all the latest signals, all the latest developments in the credit market, everything that's taking place and what it means heading toward 2026. Again, this coming Wednesday, December 17th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Link in the description to sign up. It will be well worth your time to attend.
Well, yeah, and it's for good reasons. I mean, Oracle, the perfect example, they're kind of on the leading edge of this, is the free cash flow went negative. And it hasn't been negative for decades. I mean, this company just mints money year after year, and then it's not up it. And they're still paying dividends, and then projections for next year. So 1 year from now, the free cash flow is going to get even more. So the real question is, okay, if we know you're burning a ton of money, and you're going to lose more money next year, where are you going to get the money from? Who's going to lend it to you? So they went out and borrowed some money now, but it's not even enough to get them through the next year. And so that's what we start looking at the Fed. We start looking at the liquidity of the financial system, and the bond market's clearly telling us that financial conditions are getting tighter. So even though interest rates are going down, some people will say, well, that's good. These companies can borrow at a lower rate. The question is, can they borrow at that low rate? It's always a question of financial conditions. It's not that, hey, you can't get a super low rate. The question is, are you going to qualify for the loan? And I think this is a really big question that's starting to pop up is what's going to happen is all these very profitable companies start losing money and the debt markets are tightening up. Where is it all coming from? I think that's really what we're seeing here. And you look at how bubbles pop, it's always kind of this way. You get all this hype and excitement, and then at some point reality sets in. The next thing that people start asking for their money back. In this case, there's going to be a lot of questions, I think, over the next year.
Yeah, Steve, that was, I think for me, listening to the repeat of what, the Oracle conference call was, the CEO was specifically asked about, the debt. And he said, just like you did, hey, we went into the debt markets and bought, we issued a jumbo bond not that long ago, and it's not even going to last us all that long. But what he actually said, which was meant to be reassuring to the marketplace, it actually raised more questions than not, because we kind of confirmed that this is something that is being considered all across the marketplace. What I'm talking about is, he said, we are committed to maintaining our investment grade here at Oracle, even as we go further and further in the hole, having to borrow funds. And so what that means is that people are already thinking about that. They're already saying, okay, Oracle, as you said, had basically printed its own money for years and years and years. Now they're taking a massive risk, and they're doing so, in a way that they have to borrow the funds to do it, which means that there is a very real threat, as you just said, as the financial conditions, the credit market conditions really do start to tighten, whether or not some of these companies are going to be able to maintain themselves at the top of the heap. Can they hold on their investment grade? So as interest rates do come down in U.S. Treasuries, does that treasury rate or near treasury rate apply to somebody like AI? And if it doesn't, if there's any risk that it doesn't, what does that do to all the valuations and all these type calculations, these pie-in-the-sky forecasts? Does it actually start to really, as much as the stuff doesn't make sense, going back to what IBM CEO says, the numbers don't really make all that much sense anyway, but then you start lumping in tighter financial conditions, maybe higher interest costs, and a little more reluctance in the marketplace, maybe some rollover and funding risk. These are things and factors that the market is not prepared for, but is starting to get prepared for because it's asking these questions.
Yeah, definitely. It kind of makes me think back to kind of the dot-com bubble, and all of a sudden all these brick and mortars are like, hey, we're a dot-com, and everyone's like, that's awesome. You're going to make a ton of money. You're not going to be as many as just money just flooding in, stocks shot up. And then at some point, people started saying, well, wait a minute. How many people are ordering online? How are you able to ship? Are you really making money at this? And you're, oh, no, we got to subsidize this for a while, but don't worry, it's going to turn around.
Mine on the gate, mine on the gate.
Enough time passed, and the real questions started coming, and next thing you know, the whole thing started to fall apart. And I see this coming, we look at like China Vanke, they're a perfect example. We're going to kick our bonds down the road for years. And now you take the parallel what's going on with AI, and companies like Oracle are saying, look, we're borrowing a bunch of money for 1 more year. And we don't know what's going to happen. But all we're going to hope for is something over this next year is going to work, and magically we're going to start making money off of this, and there's going to be okay. The question's going to come. Same thing for Vanke, same thing for .com, same thing now. what happens sometime next year if it doesn't work? Next thing you know, you've got a bunch of tech companies that are just loaded up with debt, a bunch of AI centers, and next thing you know, this whole thing comes crumbling down.
Yeah, the third one on the list here, Broadcom, they just reported too, got hammered, even though they're reporting absolutely gargantuan numbers. But it gets to the point where you have to continuously report those types of, the same types of growth rate as you did before. Otherwise, investors start thinking, we were expecting this, parabolic rise, and anything that looks like it's slowing down leads to the, trigger. Get me out of this. Now, I don't want to be involved in. We all know this is a bubble. We all know this valuations are stretched. Not the valuations don't mean much, but it's sort of a litmus test for people's perception of where things are. And you don't want to be the person holding the stock when it starts to slow down. And so that was the Broadcom. We've got IBM says we don't know how this is going to pay off. We've got Oracle that says we got to borrow tons and tons of money just to stay in the game. And then at the same time, you got Broadcom that says maybe that game is slowing down a little bit. There's a little bit of caution among customers. And of course, the CEO said, no, don't worry about it. And what was the backlog number? It was 73 billion, which the market was expecting a lot more. And then the CEO for Broadcom says, oh no, let me clarify, that was our minimum figure, but by then the damage was already done. So you've already got these questions on all three of these key parts of the AI bubble story. And I want to take this to a macroeconomic context, Steve, because I know this is something you talk about all the time. One of the few pillars of the US and really the global economy still holding it up right now is AI, both sides of AI. On one side, you've got all of this infrastructure build out, all these data centers and everything else. The CapEx boom is having a macroeconomic impact. It's not having a huge one, but it's having enough of one. But the other more important side of this is something you've been pointing out really all year. The stock market boom has propelled spending among the wealthiest cohort of earners and everything else. So a lot of the economy rests, or what's left of the economy rests on this one single factor. So if you do start to get a reversal in AI, whether we're seeing that right now or not remains a question. But if we do get a reversal in AI, that means eventually the CapEx spending starts to slow down. Maybe reverse.
I'm looking at that.
But even before you get to that, the stock market impact will be, if the NASDAQ goes down again like it did earlier this year in March and April, there will be a pronounced impact on consumer spending that is already weak in every other category apart from wealthy individuals. They won't even be able to afford to shop at Walmart anymore. So there is a lot of macroeconomic risk that's wound up in this AI story on top of just the stock market and stock prices.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. In particular, the wealth of, as we know, is focused on the baby boomers. I don't know the percenage, but I know a large percentage of them are retired, and there's still lots more every day. And what a great privilege to not only have a ton of wealth, but to retire when the stock market's going up, because you and I both know the math works really well. If you're retiring, the market's up, you can virtually draw any number you need and you're going to be okay. But if you retire or you have a big spend at the peak and starts crumbling down, 30, 40, 50%, there's no number that works. And that's a huge risk, because you look at where all the spending's coming from, it's from the boomers. And if their wealth gets whacked pretty hard, and as we know, if the market comes down, it's going to. And the bigger risk, you have concentration risk on top of this, because you look at the major indices, everybody owns the same, 5, 7, 10 stocks. So when the alarm bells do go off, and what's kind of the phrase, when movie theater is on fire and there's one exit, well, everyone's going to be running, prices are going to crumble, and that's many is going to dry up so quickly. And for the economy, that's the risk we just can't afford to take. The problem is, the reality is it's coming, because you look at Gen X, you look at the millennials, we don't have the wealth that the boomers do, and that's where the spending's been driving. Where that goes, then you have a real problem. You have a lot of young generations loaded up with debt. You're going to have tech companies loaded up with debt. You have a government loaded up with debt. And we know that when you come out of an expansion into a recession, and how long that recession lasts, it's how long does it take to get the debt paid down where you can start bringing growth. The problem is we've got a ton of debt on all aspects now. The tech companies weren't supposed to have this, and now they're going to.
Yeah, they're going to have debt, and everybody else has debt on top of it too. You're right. And
must be in topper.
See,
now I don't know if your questions are sarcastic or not. That's the problem with being sarcastic.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now we don't know.
Oh,
Ryan Wolf.
There's an arc double.
Should they?
Seconds is strong.
I think an honest should be.
Alright, I'll go.
Shotgun incoming. No, careful on us.
What died?
Stop us up, Tris. We're 3 honors in their main.
I know.
We're gonna stop their main.
No.
One let's run away.
They have jetpack. They're fucking dead. You don't have a gorge there. They're not talking.
Sorry, blocking. I'm low. Yeah.
Kill this cheeky cut.
Can we get a crag outside of them somewhere? Like closer?
Oh, this was the poopy stuff.
Still does damage. A is up now.
Go to the chair. Go to the chair.
Take the tunnel's already dead. Almost dead. Take the tunnel.
Chair. Block high. Block C, whatever.
Chair.
Dying on the chair. And blocks
Get on the chair. Get on the chair.
Feels like there's some people that are not on the chair right
Look
now.
at this noise. Holy fuck. No, you're still fighting rings. Bro, you're actually retarded. Did you hear what was happening?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Fucking moron.
I wasn't close enough.
Doesn't matter, just
Beacon
fucking
early.
run
They
to the
beacon
chair.
early.
It's an all-in, you dumb motherfucker. You just sacrifice your honest for the chair. Holy fuck, you
Was it
retarded.
actually close? I mean, I'll take the L if it was close.
He was pretty close.
Yeah.
It was about half an onus away.
Damn, I shot 38. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, come on.
Let's get him
Alright, I
out
made a
of here.
mistake. I made a mistake.
Let's get him out. Like,
What did he
He
do?
admits he made a mistake.
If
He
you
admitted
make
it.
a minor
Didn't hit the
mistake,
chair.
many kicks beating or troubling I should say.
Didn't hit the chair. That deserves an F1. Back to the queue with you.
Every bad play is 12 line. That's 12 bucks on that dude.
Honestly, that jetpack rush was very obvious in hindsight.
It surprised me.
Sure,
Yeah, but they had
was
no
not
agent.
obvious. Four
It was
owners in
obvious
our
because they had
base.
no weapons, and then they had, like, obviously they're saving up for
yeah,
a
it
push
was
like
not
that.
that obvious. Otherwise, you would have said something.
Dong, that's a donor first, and doing committee. To be fair, I was like stuck back in Carnival when we were organizing that, so I was like the last one. If I had been in a better position, I've actually been on time.
That's great. Are you sitting?
Actually disgusting.
Yeah. Mikä on tosi? But the rest of you know.
Ai korke platform perkele.